Hey guys, this is the XRP Cowboy. Hey, this is Billy. Like, subscribe now. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I'd like to make a video. New subscribers, we're going to start mentioning you on the channel, giving you love. Let me know if you're a fucking roadie, Team Cowboy, or a dreamer on Team Billy. Hey, I love that expression. The universe rewards the brave. Listen, don't listen to fucking Billy. Listen, Billy, it doesn't reward the brave and fucking stupid, okay? I'll tell you what, Billy, if you walk into a fucking tiger cage and they haven't eaten in a few days and you shut the door and lock it behind you, that's pretty fucking brave. But I'll tell you what, I can promise you this, Billy. You won't be fucking rewarded, okay? This is the thing, guys. My biggest my biggest fucking crypto fear, Billy. The world, I'm worried about the world. The question is, there's three variables here that we're looking at. Billy's gonna tell you it's a lawsuit. Well, it is, and I think it's gonna be good because when all this works out, we're going to have clarity and we're going to have the first mover's advantage with clarity on a utility token. Yes, Bitcoin was a failed utility token with payments. It's a store of value, which means like they call it like gold because gold doesn't have to move quick, right? It's heavy, so that was great marketing by the Bitcoin maxis. But the truth is, Billy, XRP was created to fix that fucking problem, and they did. And you know what? I wouldn't disagree with that one scenario. My fucking roadies, my dreamers. But what I would do is I would have a little adage. Maybe it's all the world is indeed a stage. We're merely players, performers, betrayers. Each another's audience outside the gilded stage. What if this whole thing was created by the man? Brad Garlinghouse said we're in bed with the man. Before Bitcoin and that whole movement down with the banks happens, they'll bring out the fucking tanks, Billy. I think he was just being symbolic, Cowboy. He was just being, extra. Yeah, Billy. No, he was telling you what was going on, Billy. And, I truthfully don't think he gives a fuck about retail investors. You know how they get rid of the retail investor that they don't need? They just raise the price. A lot of us fucking assholes are going to sell $4, $5, $10, Billy. We're just noise. It's been stated, Billy. So that's how you get rid of the retail. And then the real money comes in. That's why you should always keep a percentage of your bag when you sell on the side, because you have no fucking idea where this price could go. It's more of a time when you sell. Once this shit's over and it rockets, put 25% aside. Don't worry about it. Don't sell it. And wait 2 years. No matter what happens. It's that obvious. I keep thinking there's this conspiracy to take our coins. But I think we're so small. Like it's been stated, we're just noise. They'll take them by price inflation of a coin. The whales don't want to see us swim. But the question is this. This is the real question. Was this lawsuit pushed by the banks? The money? The man? The Illuminati? The fucking dark? Whoever the fuck you want to call it. Was this happen? Did this happen? Brad Garlinghouse has got a boyish good look thing about him and a great smile, but he is a fucking shark. He's not like Dennis O'Leary, who's, sucking on fucking SPF's dick for personal gains. Listen, there's a narrative there. And I have this suspicion that's a narrative of wealth, great wealth, even some old wealth. The question is this, though. back to what we were talking about, the exchange. Was this lawsuit created by the man, the real man, the controls of all, the banks? We call it Rothschild. We call it all kinds of beautiful words. But to get regulative clarity before the rest of the space. So after this happens, is there a narrative that anything proof of work or any of this is at risk? And all the money transfers into the first time mover of the clarity and the FOMO because the price is going up. All of a sudden Bitcoin starts dropping like it's going to zero because people want to make this money, get in on it. The FOMO, the transfer of wealth. Was it created to give us the first mover's advantage so we can walk on water and everyone else is still waiting on government clarity? See, government moves slow and maybe we need to move a little faster. Maybe the banks, maybe the Fed, maybe the whole fucking financial system need to move faster than government and Congress and everybody else. Could it be that? Do you think that's too much of a conspiracy? Well, significantly, more crazy things have happened. Look at Sam Bankman-Fried right now. He's walking on water. But is that the man, or is that just a lot of money and wealth trying to protect him because he's paid off everybody? Why would you donate money to both parties unless it was like a fucking some form of protectionism, like it was an insurance policy that you wouldn't maybe go to jail? Well, I think he's in too deep and it's too transparent. I think any deals made with that motherfucker are going to evaporate soon. They're fighting for it, but this motherfucker's got to go to prison. Mr. Wonderful, is he just playing his own book? Maybe his investors invested in this guy, so he's got to act like he believes in him. He's sophisticated. He knew this was a shit show. Just look at Princess fucking Caroline. Look at Sam. He knew better. The connections with Gary Gensler and Sam's family and Mr. Wonderful and this is, it's all playing out. And the media's picking it up and they're looking at him like he's a saint. Poor kid. Come on. It shows you that these conspiracy theories actually exist. He should be in fucking prison bending over for fucking Bubba while Bubba's grabbing his bitch tits and squeezing them, sucking on them, and, with his pretty curly hair. You little fucking bitch, Sam. You fucking billionaire bitch. You're my bitch. You're my bitch. This is what's happening here. So to think that this idea that this lawsuit could have been created out of pressure from the powers that be that control everybody, including judges, including representatives of state of the country, as far up as the fucking chair of our fucking country, the president. And people would argue that was the problem with the former. He couldn't be controlled. Fill in the blank. He wasn't a puppet, which is why he took the job. Whether he did or not, I don't know. I'm a libertarian. This is not a Repub-Dem thing. I'm in the middle, and I'm voting for logic here, and I'm a logical thinker. So that could be one of the scenarios about this lawsuit, okay? So you got that. Kind of supports Billy's theory. Well, yeah, it's very similar except for all that crazy talk, cowboy, all that, ridiculousness, and keep your quotes to yourself about tigers in world stages. I was watching the news today. You think you watch some YouTube and read a little bit of stuff and you know more than what the news. They're paid to give you this information. Of course they're trying to help us. And everything I'm seeing is telling me that it's just this guy, maybe he did bad things, but he's young and he made some stupid decisions and he hurt people. Maybe she gets some probation or something. Fuck you, Billy. I wish I could fucking just silence you, but it might hurt myself. So we have that going, okay? Now, but it gets better. Ordered another round. It's about to go down. Got 6 model chicks, 6 bottles of Chris, full of evidence, got weed everywhere. The thing is that's another scenario. I guess the other, because I have to believe the powers that be that control the world would have ended this case a long time ago, unless they wanted this clarity, because they do have that power. It's a phone call. Trust me. People disappear from these fucking phone calls, and so we have that. Well, there's another scenario, which I can't imagine because of the partnerships, but what if they are trying to hold it back? But I think it's the powers that the money try and hold back. And I think they bang heads with the powers that be, and they're just not that good at it. That's why it's so sloppy with Sam and everything. I don't think that's the real powers that be. But what if this is what they're, not the powers that be, the whales that don't want to see us fucking swim are saying, and what they're doing. Let's go down back in history. The electric car, Elon Musk, the genius. Well, do you know what? The first fucking car that was created was electric. We had the technology back then, and it made perfect sense. But there was this guy, I believe it was the Rockefellers. They owned a lot of petroleum. So this decision was shifted because they had a product called oil to sell, okay? And born the electric car, no, the fossil fuel car. The electric was there. So we stifled growth for 100 years here because some dude with money was trying to. Is that what's being done with XRP? Wait, is there another scenario in the automotive industry that references fossil fuel? Why is that important? Well, last time I checked, the only backed dollar by anything is backed by oil. It's called the petrodollar. And that crashed during the pandemic. No one talked about it. And that is significant because the minute it crashes or it's being traded with something besides a dollar, like crypto, for instance, the U.S. economy is fucked. Okay? Well, the dollar is anyways. Maybe not if you're investing in crypto. But the whole world's coming to an end, Mal. I see angels, Mickey. Just like, subscribe, or you'll never see this again. Leave a comment, give me your opinion. Add it to it. Sub, we'll give you love. Help my reach get longer. People need to see this beautiful face. There was another scenario. There was this time when somebody came up with this beautiful pen, and it sounds crazy, but you could actually use water to fuel your car. And then it was this great technology, and this company called Shell bought the patent, an oil company, petroleum. You know what they did with that patent? They shelved it because they didn't want to hurt their infrastructure, their company, their fucking empire. So they just bought the patent for pennies on the dollar of what it was worth, and they put it on a shelf and never fucking used it again. You know what? You probably wouldn't have even know who Shell or Mobil or Marathon was right now today if they didn't shelf that patent. And we probably would have a lot more oil. Not that we don't have, not that we don't have a lot, but we would. I'd tell you what we wouldn't have is $5 gas price, a gallon gas prices. So that had happened there. Are they trying to shelf XRP, even though the previous 100 years ago, the electric car technology was better and more efficient and made sense? Even though the water, I don't know how many years, 40 years, 50 years later, invention to convert petroleum, energy for cars into water. And you say, well, why aren't we doing that now? Well, guess what? I'm not a fucking chemical engineer. But I do know this is factual stuff. I might have the Rockefellers mess up with someone else, but I believe it was the Rockefellers. But point is this has happened thousands of times in history. That is my concern. What if it isn't the money trying to stop XRP? And it is the night, the dark, the powers that be trying to hinder its growth. That is my biggest fear. But going back to fucking Mr. Wonderful, remember he was bashing Bitcoin a long time ago with Warren Buffett. And then we all of a sudden see him on board. And now talking his book. That's what they do. They hinder shit. They retard the growth of something so they can buy. It happened in the dot-com. It happened in the tech bubble. It happened in the housing market. Houses get too big, they fuck it up, and the banks end up owning them all because of foreclosures. Hence the adjustable rate. That destroyed lives. It's no different. It's a bubble. Why do bubbles happen? I'll tell you why. We're witnessing it right now. We're witnessing it right now. It's called quantitative easing and tightening. Easing is when the country's buying stock, like Apple, and it's making the price go up. You know, the last few years, that was responsible for like 28% of the stock market growth. Isn't it kind of weird, that number, considering where people's 401ks are right now? And, you know, they bought it with imaginary money that they printed, and it went up. And when it got to the top and they decided they want more of it and they don't want to spend that much on it, you know, they need to drop it. So they start quantitative tightening. That means they're selling those stocks, which brings it down. And it's not imaginary money that they're making from selling it. It's mining your money, the blood of the retail investors. They're stealing the money from as it drops. And then once it gets to a point to where it's low enough, they start easing again. And then that means they're buying it back. So do you want to know when the Fed is going to start easing or laying off of interest rates? Well, and you can look at all the fucking bubbles and shit and all that stuff, and you can track it back to the US government with easing and tightening. But if you want to know when they're going to stop with this interest rate and shit, it's going to be when the S&P and the Dow Jones, you know, the NASDAQ drops to a certain point to where they're willing to buy again. It's that simple. Now, they might start easing before it gets there, but what they do know is after they start easing and people stop buying things, there's going to be a cascading effect that takes it even lower because they're broke, they have no money because all the interest they're paying on everything. And when they get to that point, that's when they'll start tightening and we'll have a new cycle is born. Just like crypto. It's not rocket scientists. It's called using the brain you have and not watching fucking Billy in the news. Cowboy, you don't know anything. You know, you don't even own any Dogecoin or SHIB. This guy, you know. I bought so much SHIB, you know, and if SHIB only goes to like fucking $5, I'm going to be a millionaire, Billy. You know, I'm going to be a millionaire. It's only $5. Cowboy, I meant. Cowboy, I'll be a millionaire. The thing is what it comes down to is this, Billy. You got to understand market cap and supply. It's not $5. The price has no bearing when it comes to growth and everything. It's not just $5. It's like a fucking quadrillion-dollar market cap you're talking about. It's market cap that matters. That's what determines value. Like, subscribe. We've got market cap videos if you want to learn about that. Or I can make another one if someone doesn't know. Just know that we're in the right space. And we're invested in knowing what we own. My dreamers, my fucking roadies.